This is the plaintiff, Tiffany Bowen. She says the defendant, her boyfriend's buddy, promised he'd fix her car for a fair price because her fuel pump was shot. When she went to pick it up, she discovered the defendant had been arrested. Her car had been towed, and now no one knows where it is, not even the cops. The whole thing's one big fat mess, and since her car's now missing, she's suing the defendant for $4,597.75 because he's the responsible party. This is the defendant, Malcolm Blunt. He says the plaintiff owed him money for fixing her car, didn't pay him in a timely manner, and had sat on his property for a month. Eventually, the car was deemed to be abandoned because she didn't pay him for the repairs or remove the car from his property. So he called a tow company, and they took the car away. Bottom line, it's ridiculous he's being sued today because if anyone's owed money, it's him. He's accused of making a car disappear.
All parties, please raise your right hands.
Welcome back to the People's Court. Next case on the docket. The plaintiff says the defendant agreed to fix her car, and now the car is gone. But the defendant says that the plaintiff owed a ton of money on the car, never picked it up. The car was abandoned, so tough. It's the case of, dude, where's my car?
Thank you, Douglas.
You're welcome.
Tiffany Bowen?
Yeah.
You are suing Malcolm Blunt
Yes, ma'am.
for $4,597.75, the cost of your car and car parts and money that you paid him to repair your car, because according to you, he has now stolen your car. What's going on?
All right, Tuesday, October 30th, my car broke down. On Thursday, November 1st,
Where are you from?
Florida, Tampa, Florida.
Okay.
On November 1st, I called AAA to tow my car to Firestone because from what I understood from the defendant, he came to look at the car from...
How did you know the defendant?
He was my boyfriend's friend.
He was your boyfriend's friend?
And he's fixed my boyfriend's car before and my boyfriend's mother's motorcycle.
Okay.
So I know he knows what he's doing with cars.
Okay.
I told Michael, who was with me at the time, that, you know what, I can't afford to pay much more because I came to him because it was going to be cheaper.
Michael is your boyfriend?
Yes.
All right.
I told him that I couldn't afford to be paying that much more. He told me he talked to Malcolm and they would establish a price that's right. So the next day I was going to Delaware. I told him, will you have the car fixed by the time I come back? He said,
When
yeah.
were you coming back?
2 weeks.
2 weeks, all right.
I was in Delaware. So I come back, my boyfriend and I drove to Malcolm's to pick up the car and, well.
And what happened when you got there?
He told me I couldn't pick up the car. He told me that they had gone to an altercation on the 14th.
While you were in Delaware?
While I was in Delaware. I was not aware of this, but Malcolm had...
When you get there, just hold on. I'm going to ask him about the altercation because apparently your boyfriend's not here, right?
No.
Wow.
He has a witness statement. He was supposed to be here, but last minute...
Yeah, he was supposed to board a plane and be here next to you, right?
Right.
And then what happened?
Last minute, he couldn't find his ID.
He couldn't what?
He couldn't find his ID.
Couldn't find his ID?
Yeah.
Okay. I have a question for you. When you go back, after you come back from Delaware, you go there, the car's missing already, right?
No, I go there on the 16th. The car is there sitting in the driveway.
But they've had their altercation.
Yeah, they've already had this.
Okay, now hold on. We're going to talk about the altercation in a second. When do you go back and the car's missing?
The car is missing on the 25th.
Okay. What happened?
Well, from the beginning, she dropped the car off to me. Like she said, the car got dropped off.
I have a question. I'm sorry. I have to know. You have tattooed teardrops on both sides. What does that mean to you?
They symbolize not that I'm not a mass murderer, if that's what you're asking.
Well, that's what it used to mean.
No.
But you would never see somebody have it. You know, it meant
sides,
blood or crip, but you wouldn't see both
my eyes,
sides.
You'll see what I have on my eyes, love and pain.
What do you have on your eyes? You flatter my vision. Love
and pain. Love and pain.
Pain?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so what's this about?
It just lost things that are lost to me. I had a very close friend lost to me. That's why it's open. Same on these sides. I had a lot of people lost to me. You know what I'm saying? It's that simple, and that's what it is, you know?
Okay. Are you in a gang?
No, ma'am.
Okay. All right, so go on.
I know Tiffany Bowen through my friend, obviously Mike. We established Mike. Her car broke down in the middle of a parking lot at a apartment complex, you know?
They bring it to you to fix, and the deal is that you're going to fix it for how much?
$400 because I knew in my head looking at the car that there was just something strange. It started with an electrical problem.
But then Mike and you have a problem.
Yeah, Mike and me have a problem.
Tell me about the problem that Mike and you have.
Well, I'm gonna be honest with you, Judge. Me and Mike, I'm 22 years old. You know what I'm saying? I'm 22 years old. Mike is 18. We get in trouble for a beer run. We do stupid things. We get in trouble for a beer run. I know you.
For a beer run?
Yes, ma'am.
What does that mean?
That means we went inside a convenience store, grabbed beer, and ran out the door. Simple.
That's one way to get
beer. You know what I'm saying? But that's one way to get beer.
New meaning of beer.
And what happened? Yeah, exactly. My beer run means somebody else goes to the grocery store and pays for the beer and brings it to me.
Yep.
Okay. But now tell me what happened with the police as a result.
Oh, yeah. That's the interesting part. Well, you know what I'm saying? I'm very identifiable, obviously.
Oh, you think?
Yeah. Yes, ma'am, I do. What happened was cops came to Mike's house and they pulled him out of bed 3 o'clock in the morning.
Over a beer?
Over beer.
Oh, they had to be more than the beer.
It was, it
was over a beer?
It was over
more
beer.
Than a beer.
What was it?
I have his police record right here. A witness said a witness pursued him, and Malcolm went in his shirt and said, "I had a gun." So, and it's all here highlighted.
Let me see.
Go for it.
So go on.
Someone just using a gang.
They pulled him out of the house 3 o'clock in the morning, asked him 1,000,001 questions about me, like I was some mass murderer, blase, of course, profiling for the tattoos and whatnot. So he says, I don't know who this character is, but I think I know his name is Malcolm.
Who says that?
Mike. He says,
your good friend Mike?
Yeah, my good friend Mike gave my name up, you know what I'm saying, regardless of whatever, he gave my name up. So, and that's how that went. And then when I went to court for it, they dropped charges and everything. So did she provide you with the paperwork on that?
Okay, the witness began running after the suspect with the bottle of liquor, which would only be you. The suspect began running backwards, facing the witness, placed his hand in his waistband and yelled at the witness, "I have a gun." The witness stopped chasing him. Suspect turned around to run and tripped over the cement median, dropping the bottle of liquor.
Yes, ma'am.
The suspect then ran to a waiting vehicle. Who was in the waiting vehicle? Mike?
Mike.
Okay. The complainant was able to provide the tag on the silver Volvo. Okay. I ran the vehicle tag and received an address. That's how they found Mike. So he snitches on you, and what happens?
He snitches on me, and 2 days later, about a day later, I pretty much get ramsacked by cops. And they pulled me in a room. They asked me about 1,000,000 questions about what's going on. And then for the record, when I was stealing that bottle, I'm a grown man. You can ask. I stopped right there in the middle of the parking lot. I was like, "What the hell am I doing?" And I was like, "Excuse me." And I'm saying, and I just stopped and just gave him the bottle back. I was like, "Man, this is just retarded." You know what I'm saying?
Don't say it's retarded.
Yes.
You're really insulting
choice.
retarded people because they would never behave like this.
Excuse me. That's
okay,
what I was trying to do. It was really stupid of me. It was a stupid move that I made, and I caught myself in the parking lot doing. I'm like, $16, pocket full of. What am I? I was like, you know what I'm saying? 2 days later, I get arrested.
My friend, tell me about the car because I'm growing weary of you.
So even if the person doesn't come to pick the car up, does the defendant have a duty to at least pick up the phone if he has the phone number and say, "Hey, pick up your car or else"?
Yeah, definitely has a duty to call and make sure that the car goes back to the original owner.
But if the person doesn't pick it up, tough luck. But do you have a duty to make the phone call?
Yeah, you have a moral obligation.
What about a legal obligation? What about a legal obligation?
Yeah, legally too. It's in their hands.
It's in their hands and they have the phone number, and it just seems like the right thing to do.
Totally.
Got your point? Going inside the courtroom.
The car wise, it was just simple. They didn't pay me the money for the car. I told them the car was sitting there for 30 days on my property, on my house, residential. It was sitting there for 30 days. I have called everybody. I had to call Michael's mom. I called Michael. I called her. Nobody wanted to pick up the phone. Nobody wanted to do nothing. At that point, I don't care if you don't like me or not. The car's sitting here. I'm unpaid. She was gone. She left the custody of
What'd you do with the car?
I called a tow truck, and I had it removed off my property.
Now show me proof of that.
I will give you the number and the place.
No,
right
you'll
there.
give me the tow receipt.
They won't give it to me. They gave me one.
They gave it to you the day the tow truck
company. They did, and I misplaced it. And for the last 3 days, I've been calling the same tow truck place, trying to get them to send me the receipt. They don't want to do it. So if you want to call them, you can.
No, I don't want to call them. I want you to bring your proof as court because the accusation is that you took it out of revenge to Mike because Mike snitched on you, and that you then magically, hey, your car's not here. You go there and the car's there, and then you go there again and the car's not there.
I went there again with the police because I told the officer that he wouldn't give me my car. Police went to his house. He wouldn't answer the door, but he saw that the car was in the driveway. On the 25th, when I came back by myself.
Right, but why didn't you just take the car then? It's titled in your
keys.
You didn't have keys? You didn't have a spare set of keys to the car?
I bought it from a used car, so I only had one set of keys.
And you didn't go make another set? Oh, okay. I have a question for you. Did you ever get a phone call from a tow company saying we have your car?
No.
Which is also something that would happen if you towed the car.
Can I also say, Your Honor?
What's the tow truck company you called?
Gio's tow truck.
What day did you call them?
The 29th, they picked
Had
it
the
up.
police not just been at your house with her?
They came twice that I know. The first time I was not there, I was out handling business.
So if you know that she's trying to pick up the car, why are you calling a tow truck company to take the car away? Because you haven't been paid?
Well, I called, I text, I said I need money for the car. You know what I'm saying? The work of the car has been done for a while. The car needs to get removed. Nobody wants to answer my text messages. The mother, I have her number because I do work with her.
Do you have text messages to show me that people aren't answering?
Yeah,
show me your text messages where you're reaching out to them and they're not answering.
Well, that was about a month ago. You know what I'm saying? You want to pull Sprint, I have no problem.
No, I don't want to do your work.
Well, I'll do
I
it.
have a lot of
Yep.
work.
Well,
You've got a lot of free time. I don't. I want you to do your work before you come to court. That's what I want. So you can't keep telling me, call this and get the evidence, and call Sprint and get the evidence, call Verizon and get the evidence while you sit back and relax. It's your job.
Yes,
because
ma'am,
otherwise, here's where we are. We have a woman who has a car there. You have a problem with the woman's boyfriend, and magically the car's missing. And when I ask you, show me why, tell me why, and show me that the car was towed, your answer cannot possibly be the only thing that gives you a right to tow the car, which is it's abandoned. It can't be that because you know that she was just there with the police knocking on the door and you're not answering. So you don't have a right to get it towed already. You don't have a right to get it towed because you don't legitimately think it's abandoned. It wasn't there for 30 days, which is what you need to in order to deem it abandoned. You didn't lose contact with them and desperately try to reach them for 30 days. You had a dispute with them. And in order to get them back, that's the best case scenario. You got the car towed. The worst case scenario is when you come in here with no proof of tow, is that you didn't get the car towed. And what you did was take it to a chop shop or somewhere else and get rid of it or sell it or whatever else you did with it in order to get back at Mike, because not only did Mike snitch on you, but then he didn't bail you out. That's where we are. And then you are an idiot, because if you had taken it to Firestone and you had gotten it fixed, you'd have a fixed car. But no, you got to have this guy do it on his property to save. So how much did you save? Tell me again.
I mean,
not a whole lot, right? Because you're out of car?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Lo barato sale caro. The cheap comes out expensive. Okay. Where's the car?
The car is at tow truck place.
No, where's the
Gio's
car?
tow truck. Gio's
Where's
tow
the
truck.
car? Show me where the car is. You can't.
I can.
Okay?
I can.
You can't. And
I
this
can't
is the
bring
day
it.
to show me.
I know.
So I'm finding in favor of the plaintiff and the plaintiff's claim only for the car, not the other things you're suing for $3,305.23.
All right, both sides, just hold on right there, please.
So the defendant's coming out into the hallway here to give us some reaction to the outcome of this case here, which goes against you in favor of the plaintiff.
It's the lane. Gotta respect the judge, you know. It's I didn't steal the car, you know what I'm saying? The car went to the tow truck. I just didn't have proof. My evidence went significant. So, oh well, no harm done.
It would have been good if you had proof that the tow was made and that the car is at the tow yard.
I can't show her my cell phone. Cell phones don't work. You know what I'm saying? So.
And that dispute with Mike, what about that?
The dispute with Mike, it's what it is. It's exactly what it is. Don't talk to me.
You regret any of your actions and
yeah, I do.
the way this went down?
Yeah, I do. It wasn't none of her fault. It just sucks that she had to be in the middle of it. But you owed me money. I didn't get paid none. I just don't do no more favors no more.
All right.
All right.
Right this way. Thank you. All right, so step on in here. You have a smile on your face coming out, I think. Step on a little closer here. What's going through your mind here as a result of this case?
I'm really happy with the judge and her judgment.
Yeah. Mike and the dispute with this gentleman, saving a couple of dollars, how smart was that?
He's worked on things before, and I thought he had good reference, and it would save me money if he just did everything. Then he had to be stupid and rob a liquor store.
You get what you pay for? You know what that's about? Did you get what you paid for here?
I lost my car.
Yeah, you tried to save some money, and
Yeah.
you got what you paid for.
Right.
Harvey?
You know, abandonment laws vary from not only state to state, but in some cases city to city. So if you're ever in this kind of situation and you need to know what your rights are, you can actually check online by typing in your city or state and then typing the word abandonment law rules, and you should be able to find out. That will do it for this case. Litigants, for the next case on the way into the courtroom right now.